Well, welcome to the start of the African qualifying campaign on what Eritrea and Namibia hope is the road to the World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. Yeah, this is the first round of three. The two teams will have to try and negotiate. So the focus solely on the first tentative step in a faraway but huge dream for all the CAF teams. Eritrea, the lowest ranked team in Africa, but hoping for improvement on what turned out to be another false dawn in 2018, as despite the confidence of coach Alem Seged Ephraim, the Red Sea Camels fell at the first hurdle against Botswana. That continued a run for the home side, having lost all of the 6 international matches they've played. This number 7, can they finally make their mark at home in the capital, Asmara? So, of course, a tough task ahead against the visitors to the Cicero Stadium, as Namibia are a national team on the up. Despite failing to win a game, they did compete at the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, their first participation in the tournament for 11 years. Coach Ricardo Manetti's brave Warriors lost narrowly to Morocco and South Africa before running out of steam against the Ivory Coast. But I hope his players are recharged as they aim to set themselves up with an advantage for the second leg in Windhoek in 6 days' time. Well, it's been a long journey northeast across Africa to kick off the first round of the World Cup qualifying in Asmara. Will Namibia get the victory they expect, or can Eritrea kick off one almighty party in the capital with a first international win? Even a draw would be a huge achievement for the young nation, winning their independence in 1991, ratified in 93. Much more peaceful times, as last year peace treaty signed between Ethiopia, Somalia and Eritrea. And now can the national team players give the fans in the stands hope of seeing their side through to the second round for the first time? But as mentioned, a huge obstacle lies in their way. And they'll certainly be looking to their main man, Enoch Gautam, the centre forward plying his trade in Sweden. Certainly the main threat for the hosts. It's been interesting times in Eritrea, having hosted the CE CAFA Under-15 Championship. The youngsters just coming up short in their group that saw Kenya and Burundi head through. But they did win one of their matches, and they'll be hoping to do the same again as we get ready for the national anthems of the two sides. Well, the anthem's over, and it'll soon turn to the action afoot as Eritrea take on Namibia in the first round of the CAF World Cup qualifying. Well, a great crowd here in the Asmara Stadium. Very much here more in expectation, or hope than expectation. Having seen their country lose their only 6 internationals that they've played. But here to back their team. But certainly Namibia, a hugely difficult obstacle for them to manage to get over. Well, coach Ephraim Alem Seged said it's a very big game for Eritrea. Namibia's interim coach Bobby Samaria hoping to quell the enthusiasm of the home crowd and try and make this as easy a first leg as possible ahead of the home return leg in 6 days' time. So Henok Gotom of AEK in Sweden, who recently knocked out of Europe by Scottish champion Celtic. He'll be leading the line, the 34-year-old. And Namibia looking to their own striker, Shalulili. So the two captains unlikely to see much of each other during the 90 minutes. But hoping they can find some service. So Eritrea without a win in their 6 internationals. Namibia having just been part of the latest Africa Cup of Nations, the clear favourites. But playing away from home, huge challenge in Africa for the amount of travel and difficulty it is to get around. Can Eritrea try and give Namibia something to think about come the second leg? Well, Samaria made clear before kickoff that Peter Shalili will be captain, while Willie Stepenis is the deputy captain. But Namibia have left a number of experienced players out of their squad, European-based players. Ryan Niam of Blackburn Rovers and Manfred Stark, who recently moved to Kaiserslautern. They'll hope they won't need them as the game gets underway. Early possession for Papama. And Namibia already looking to push forward. Difficult pitch to play on. And the ball just overcooked. And out for the goal kick. Well, as mentioned, Eritrea in their last attempt to get to a World Cup. The last one in Russia. 5-1 aggregate loss in the end. But looking for a positive start here Early ball in, whip to the back post. A chance to try and knock it back across goal, but just missed there by Gautam. A little warning there for Namibia. The ball harmlessly out. So Horeb will look to leave it, but takes it short. And Lombard just seeing how it's sticking underfoot on the artificial pitch. The ball gifted away, and now Eritrea looking to get somewhere, but the referee's whistle going. Well, a great turn, and there's space on the right wing. Chance for Stefanis to cross, but no blue shirts in the area, as Eritrea trying to get direct ball up. Ball clipped around the corner, and it may be a corner, the first of the match for the hosts. Well, Namibia looking to, with the ball in, oh well, great opportunity, didn't make clean contact, and the long range effort there, no trouble. He's taken by Kazapua.
أقداسن كسجر زي بقولوا عدلين عملوا نخل سلازي هجرات جانتا إيرترا لعلوا الهزالة من الباش أو كلمة علي سليمان نايك إحبارن هنا قويتهم كابشورنز مثل بروفيشنال صوتين أقدي ما سلزلا عود حزة خطوات منتنايو.
The ball in the channel, Stefanis.
حراي كمزي كنت قلت صوت أنا عكا هجرات جانتا إيرترا بس.
Leaves it to the fullback, Oreb. So far, Eritrea, despite being the lowest ranked in Africa, have started well.
أنت مسيلكوا هجرات جانتا إيرترا حجي تعبي هجرات جانتا دحرين بوتسوانا كرمي كل تعمت وسون وانش على مسارين يرو. ستاديوم زين عبي هجرات جانتا أنقدر تجبرن حجيجن.
Eritrea ranked 54th and overall 202nd in the world in the FIFA list, level with Somalia and just 8 places above rock bottom San Marino. Namibia for themselves at 30th in Africa. But in the early exchanges of the match, hard to see much of a difference as Namibia try and work their way into the match. They've got a free kick here. The referee uninterested in the Eritrea complaints.
مسيحي تكايدو زلاني وانت عالم كرم مصاري إيرترا كم أول فيفا أنا مجمع أجزاء مس نيجيريا تي عد الرقيباتو بالستاديوم أسمرا 0-0 خو تخلو
So this is the first preliminary round. 28 teams trying to get through to the group stage. As CAF have restored the 2014 World Cup qualifying format. After the group stage will be a knockout. The 10 group winners fighting out for the 5 places at the Qatar World Cup. Egypt, Senegal, Morocco, Nigeria and Tunisia represented Africa in the 2018 Russia World Cup. A strike coming in there, but straight into the wall. Quickly played left. Goes out harmlessly. Hoto, a little bit too rushed with his pass.
بالتغالب متن على غلطة بزيرو عوتاتها مزجيوانا زغزل دهر شوعات شمونته معلتي أب ناميبيا وانا ختما ناميبيا ويندو هك أب ذكرت صوتها.
Just a bit of a pause there. Fullback able now to take the throw. Just managing to keep it in, but Namibia pressing high. Looking to make mistakes. Strong, forceful challenge. The ball recycled. And Willie Stefanis plays it back inside, but the ball slips under. Eritrea looking to very quickly release Gotum.
معناته تزبزح كل جزء خمرية تتصاوتها أب هاجر كافريقا ناب كال درجة خطبة خلها كتريم خلها أزي عبنا قريب بس مثلا
poking it through. Namibia again starting to up the pressure. The ball well tucked back inside. You can see how much Shalaliel is floating. As mentioned, the captain of Namibia really dropping into those spaces. You can just see after very competitive opening 5 or so minutes, Namibia starting to exert their authority on the match. Look a little bit more comfortable in their surroundings as the brave warriors look for a route to goal. Interim head coach Bobby Samaria made it clear that we'd have to do without Petrus Shetembi, who's currently in Germany with Denzel Houseb undergoing a trial in Morocco. They do feel they've got enough to see off Eritrea. But already, certainly, has to be said, the Red Sea Camels certainly are looking to hit their visitors on the break with balls in behind as quickly as possible. Certainly, with only 9 minutes of the match gone, Namibia will be happy to try and keep this goalless as long as possible. They know how damaging a home result can be. 2-0 they lost at home to Botswana. And now, as the offside flag goes up, Eritrea certainly gave themselves a great chance in that first round qualifier 4 years ago. 2-0 down from that home first leg. They got off to the perfect start in Botswana. Henok Gotom scoring a goal inside 9 minutes. But unfortunately, by half-time, it was 2-1. And a 3-1 defeat made a 5-1 aggregate loss. As the dream of making it through to the next stage once again vanished. But the huge incentive for both these sides is the return of the group stage at the second stage of qualifying, which also means more prestige and some matches against the biggest in the world of African football. The flag up again, just not managing time has run through the centre-backs. up top on his own for Namibia
ፆታ ክታትያ ስለዚ
with Kama.
ዕድል እቲ ቀጻለን ዳገፍ
Kamatuka
እዛ ፆታ እዚኣ ኸ
to be in behind supporting in a 4-4-1-1.
ብገፊሕ ሲዒራ ክትወጽእ ክትክእል ኣለዋ ምክንያቱ
Oh, it's a beautiful leave, but just
ክዓቢ እንተኮይኑ
ran away from his strike partner.
ክህልዎ ምንታን እዛ ፆታ እዚኣ ኣገዳሲት
And now
Namibia Namibia
look to try and forage down the left-hand flank. Just running too far ahead.
ሃገራዊ ጋንታ ናሚብያ እንታይ እቲ እታ ጋንታ ዋላ ጥልቕ ኢልና ፍልጦ ኣይሃለወና እንድሕሪናዮ ኣብዚ ናይ ግብፂ ተኻይደ ናይ ዋንጫ ኣፍሪካ ብሞሮኮ ኣብ መኽፈቲ 1-0 ምስ ተሰዓረት ዳርጋ ሞሮኮ ተዋሪዳ ተባሂሉ ይወፅእ ምክንያቱ ናሚብያ ተኣክል ብዙሕ ስምን ዝናን ዘይብላ ሃገራዊት ጋንታ ንሞሮኮ ሞ ብደረጃ ኣፍሪካ ቀዳማይ ቦታ ዝሓዘት 1-0 ምስ ተወፅኣታ ከም ዓብዪ ዓውዲ ተቆፂሩ ነይሩ ብሓፈሻ ግን እቲ መስመር ምክልኻላው እንድኹም ነይርኩም ሎይ ንኽእልና በጀካ ብኣይቨሪ ኮስት 4 ጎል ተቆፀረ
Eritrea managed to keep
ሞሮኮን
some possession, and the crowd certainly
ስለዚ እቲ
not
መስመር
shy
ምክልኻላ
to
ምናልባሽ ድኹም ክንብሎ
share their enthusiasm.
ግን እቲ ዝያዳ ስራሕ ዝድሊ እቲ መስመር መጥቃዕቲ ጎል ይእቱ ስለ ዘይነበረ
They'll know that obviously the team is limited.
መስመር መጥቃዕታ ትድኸም
They have done their best to try and fill the squad out with players from Europe, in particular those who qualify through the FIFA rules.
ሕጂ ዳርጋ ሓፂሩ ካብ ወርቂ ነሓሰ ክሳዕ ወርቂ
2015 they had Semir Idris, Sirak Bayan, Philemon Kimbron and Amir Idris finalising paperwork at the Eritrea embassy in London.
እቲ ተዓዛቢ ጽማኣት ከም ዘለዎ የርእካ ምክንያቱ ኣብ ሃገርና ዝነበረ ታሪክ
And obviously
ናብ ንቡር ይመለስ ዝብሎ ዘሎ
big steal for them, getting Henok Gautam on their books, and it's a stunning effort from long range. Kazapua looks pretty relaxed in the Namibia goal. Certainly Eritrea showing that Namibia are going to have to bring their A game to split their Red Sea. All over the top, giving chase. Well, it's not comfortable. Kazapua managing to find touch, just having to put it anywhere. Gautam trying to play the ball first time, and now really pressing hard. The 34-year-old, born in Solna in Sweden, did make 13 appearances for the Swedish under-21 side, scoring 4 goals. But having not made the breakthrough in the full squad, he had a chance to request FIFA the chance to play for Eritrea. Almost didn't happen, as Gautam was on the verge of breaking into the full squad for 2006 FIFA World Cup squad in Germany, but in the end didn't make Sweden's final cut. And in September 2015, as mentioned, age of 30, Gautam winning his first cap after successfully getting permission from FIFA, was in that 2-0 home defeat to Botswana, and as mentioned, scoring in just his second game in what was the consolation in a 5-1 aggregate defeat. Certainly Eritrea really working hard. The crowd screaming as the keeper came to the edge of his box, but Kazapua clearly inside. Well, Papama has been very industrious, the number 15 there, but just losing out. And Eritrea Looking to grown in confidence. Certainly that long ranger seems to have upped their spirits. And the crowd in Asmara certainly encouraged.
ብዙሕ ክንድቲ ዘሎ ኮይኑ ኣይ ረኸብኩዎን ኣለኹ እዚ ኸ ዘርብሕ ኮይኑ ኣይ ስምዓንን ሃገራዊት ጋንታ ኤርትራ ተወሳኺ ተሊካ ነገር
ምናልባት ሃገራዊት ጋንታ ኤርትራ
Qatar trying to bully the defender. I'm not sure if it was a free kick given. The flag didn't look to be up, so didn't seem to be offside.
ምናልባት ቤዛናን ቤና ሰሎሞንን ብክልተ መስመርና መፀት ናብቶም ኣብ ቅድሚ ዘለዎ ጥቃዕቲ ሄኖክ ጎይቶምን ዓሊ ሱሌማን ድሕር ትጥቀመሉ ኮይና ሸቶታት ዘይትረኽበሉ ኣብነት የለን ስለዚ እዚ ዝወሓደ ይመስል ምናልባት ነዚ ስራሕ እዚ ግን ሮቤል ተስፋ ሚካኤል ከበግሶ ኣለዎ ሮቤል ንሃገራዊት ጋንታ ይኹን ክለቡ ቅርፂ ኣብቲ ሃገራዊት ጋንታ ወይ ኣሰላልፋ ምቕያር ልዑል እጃም ዘለዎ ተፃዋታ እዩ ስለዚ ናይ ሄኖክ ኣበርክቶ ቁርብ ዝጎደለ ኮይኑ ይስማዓካ ጸወታ ምጅማር ስለ ዘሎ ዝመጽእ ደቂቕ እዚ ዓለም ሰገድ
day of celebration for Eritrea. Just their 7th international full international match. And after 17 minutes 0-0, but Namibia with their captain Shalali just losing his footing but retaining possession. Be a little lucky. It ran through for Stefanos. And now spread wide by Heta. Not a lot of space to move, but Papama, industrial, even the centre back electing to have a run with it. Hita looking to spread the play, but it's just run away from Horeb.
ላሕኺ ዝረኣየሉ ዘሎ ምክልኻል ዝፈርሕዎ መስሉሎም እምበር ዳርጋ ኣብ ሃገራዊት ጋንታ ኤርትራ ሓደ ናይ ምክልኻል ፀገማት ዘሎ ኮይኑ ይስምዓኒ ምክንያቱ ኣብቲ ምክልኻል ክትሪኦ ከለኻ ኩሉ ግዜ ብሓንሳብ ተጠቃዕ ወላ ብሓንሳብ ተመለስካ ኣብ ክንድኸውን ዝግብኦ ዳርጋ ከምዚ ውሑድ ዓይነት ናይ ታክቲካል ኣፃውታ ዘሎ ኮይኑ ይስምዓኒ
ቴክኒካልን ታክቲካልን ናይዚ ፆታ
Shalil, captain's been absolutely everywhere for Namibia. So far, the officials keeping control of proceedings. Now just making clear who's boss. Namibia again a little bit mouthy. It's a sensible referee, just a quiet word in the air. Pure ball forward.
أو كندي بلاير ماركينج زونال ماركينج
happy to let it run to the goalkeeper.
ስለዚ ጸወታ ኣንቢቦም ናብ ረብሖም ንኽይርዎ ዝወስድዎ ዘሎ ግዜ እዚ ሃገራዊት ጋንታ ኤርትራ ክትጥንቀቐሉ ዝግባእ ስልቲ ኮይኑ ይስማዓኒ ስለዚ ዮናስ ሰሎሞን ብክንዲ ናብ ሄኖክ ጎይቶም ተላኢኻላ ሄኖክ
so far has to be said.
ጽቡቕ ዕድል ስለዚ ሃገራዊት ጋንታ ኤርትራ ነዚ ናይ ናሚብያ ጉሪ ክትጥንቀቐሉን ክትንብቦን ክትክእል ኣለዋ ጽባሕ ንጎ ኣሒልካ ዘይወፅእ
well with the physical presence of Gotom. And again
هجوم في العصر الثالث على غانتا ناميبيا أمريسيو بدل تفتح بهينوك تسفى ميكائيل شالولو في العصر الثالث ناميبيا أزيم وكرون بروفيشنال تتصوتاي تنقاوز تتصوتاي مغانو درو ناي تكنيك حلافي هاجرايت غانتا إرترا مبال بوتاوي كا تكنيكال إيريا وتيو ملغتي محلال فالو
اسكي زيا حجي
20 minutes gone in this first leg of the first round of World Cup qualifying in Africa. But now a great chance. Well, the ball fired into Shalil, but couldn't make it stick under pressure. See goalless so far, no real chances. Eritrea had that long range thunderbolt, but off target. Thus far, the goalkeepers have been somewhat unemployed. Free kick taken quickly, but straight off his own teammate, but it found its way to Gotam. Although that's where they want him in the box, but the ball not the best, and easily gathered by Kazapua. Short, as you can see, the new FIFA rules. Goal kicks. Players now able to receive the ball inside the box. Maybe taking advantage of that. The ball just bicycle kicked over the top and looking for options. Goitom does well. Certainly a strong figure. Namibia now with some space in midfield. Stefanis. Well, they played the ball round the corner, but neither the fullback or Kamatuka had fulfilled the space. You can see interim coach Bobby Samaria just looking for a little bit better. Ricardo Manetti having left his post. Well, certainly a difficult match for Namibia. They have left, as mentioned, 3 or 4 players that would have normally been in the squad. Really against the lowest ranked team in the African rankings. They're expected to win this comfortably, but Eritrea are showing that they're making improvements year on year. So difficult. There's not really as much football they get the opportunity to play. But so far in the opening half of this first half, certainly despite some cute possession for Namibia, Eritrea competing well. The ball given away. Eritrea with enough white shirts back, and yet brilliant turn and spin. Hand up at the back post, but eventually just muscled out of it to the appreciation of the crowd.
بزيكاتي ببوتسوانا كلتا بارو تسعرته أبقى متأتيها مالتي بحافش أبزات صوتها زي أقول ملسي لكريان تغينا حجي مسمر متقعتي نهاجرات غانتا إرترا قرب علي.
Just a 6,000 capacity here in the Cicero Stadium in Asmara. And they certainly packed out for what is just the 7th full international match for their national side. Well, just a quick word as they try and pull something out of the hat. Well, Hoto just being warned by the referee not to be moving from their spot. It's a long line of white shirts. They certainly know that set pieces will be absolutely vital. Not happy with something. The referee just making clear any holding or any grabbing will be penalised. You can see his eagle eyes as the ball drifted in, but nodded away. And now great chance for Namibia on the break, hand in the air. Papama charging through in the box. There's a few options here. Great first touch! Oh, the captain went for the top corner and he wasn't too far away. Shalalil with a great opportunity, squandered there. So dangerous on the break for the 27-year-old, unable to hit the target. No problems in the end for Wildesgi. Well, Benson, Shaluli. Looking to try and get Namibia not only the opening goal, but an away goal. And now, mistakes at the back could be punished heavily. But the recovery job saves Eritrea, although they will still have to deal. Well, I thought it was a corner. In the end, clearly the referee's whistle involved. Not clear whether it was an offside or a foul given. But certainly Eritrea making trouble for themselves. Certainly a day of celebration, an international match here at the Asmara Stadium, although not much more than a week ago. Morning for Eritrean football. Tesfaye Gebreus, former FIFA and CAF referee, passed away. He's also a linesman at the 1978 World Cup and numerous Africa Cup of Nations, and later in charge of the ENFF, which organizes the Eritrean Premier League. A lovely mark of respect on the EritreanFootball.com Twitter feed. And certainly a man that will be held in high esteem for a long time, and victory would certainly be a perfect way to pay their respects. But at the moment it's Namibia who are showing why they're the higher ranked team. Although the Brave Warriors recently dropping 8 places to 121st in the FIFA list. That's just below Kosovo and Tajikistan. But as mentioned, a group stage on offer for the second round. And after their experience in Egypt over the summer, as I said, just narrowly losing 1-0 in their opening 2 matches to Morocco and South Africa, as well as only being 2-1 down to the Ivory Coast before the former winners put them to bed in a 4-1 defeat. But overall, an improving nation. Yet to really make an impact on goal. They're hoping to try and get attacking midfielder Jocelyn Kamatuka involved. It was his goal that had half the deficit in the 71st minute against Côte d'Ivoire. The one and only goal of the 2019 African Cup of Nations. The Cape Umoya United player as yet. Well, certainly pretty unhappy. You can see Stefanis, along with Hoto, particularly looking unhappy about something. Certainly, Shalalil just taking his time to make sure he's ready to continue. Well, the boos of the home crowd ringing out. Well, looks like it could be something quite spectacular attempted here, but it's over the bar. Wasn't sure if the player stepping back was going to do a 10 or 15 meter run up to hit it, but nothing that spectacular in the end, and certainly the effort itself failing to really trouble Wadis Gate in the Eritrea goal. Just tripped over his own feet there. And now Hoto started on the left, finding himself on the right. It's a lovely flick round the corner. And you can see, maybe looking to see if the wingers can have a bit more luck cutting in. Stefanis had started on the right. Well, Namibia again complaining. But in the end, it is a free kick. Well, Hoto saying he wants to pick the ball. And the referee making clear he's not the one in charge. I'm not quite sure what Hoto didn't like about the other ball, but he's not allowed to play with it. He's got to focus on trying to get a quality ball in the box. As the fourth official explaining what's going on. Well, referee's always extremely tough job. Pretty much can never make anyone happy. But so far, keeping this match ticking. It's a brilliant ball in and a free header at the back post. I'm not sure if he was unsighted as it came to him. But Eritrea making an absolute hash of trying to clear it. It's lovely play. Oh, Kamatuku, as mentioned, scored a goal against the Ivory Coast. But after terrific ball skills and juggling, the opening just slashed at it. And Namibia certainly turning up the heat on Eritrea. This was the ball whipped in by Hoto. You can see the run at the back post, completely left to his own devices, but seems to get caught between chest and head. And the chance was gone at that point, but Eritrea making a hash of trying to get rid of it. And Kamatuka almost producing something memorable. But can there be one for Eritrea at the other end? It's a free header played across. And that is smart goalkeeping from Kazapua. Two white shirts looking to get something on the header across goal. But the keeper alert to the danger, getting two hands on it. And I'm thankful for it. So just shy over 10 minutes until the halftime break. And despite moments of danger, it is still goalless here. This was a great chance. Namibia's defense completely caught out. And the header across, a decent one, but just maybe a little too close to the goalkeeper. Well, it has to be said, Kazapua doing brilliantly to grab the ball. Well, just shepherding that out. Good protection and support in the crowd. Remains strong as strength from Gotham. Just couldn't make it quite stick. The Eritrea captain. So a long throw launched in, and a bit of a unconvincing clearance, giving the Red Sea Camels some hope. Certainly set pieces would have been focused on as they look for a short one maybe. Changing the angle. It's whipped it to the back post, but an excellent punch from the very impressive Kazapua. And it's straight to a blue shirt. as Namibia look to counter-attack, but well, hadn't given up on the ball, but it's just run away. And you can see how quickly the ball boy is recycling it as Eritrea look to get forward as quickly as possible. But playing some good stuff. And now ball down the channel. Just sneaks out. You can see Gotham had really stopped going at full pace to get in the box, realizing it was just going to run out. But that's brilliantly won. Just holding up the ball, looking for options. Goes a long way back. Battle there, but losing out. And the ball across, but once again, Kazapua really has been fully alert. And now his long ball, unfortunately for him, only finds his opposite numbers gloves. Eritrea again making themselves a nuisance. So far they've struggled to find a way past 30-year-old Lloyd Jr. Kazapua. Recently made the move from Maccabi to Baroka, not to be confused with the wonderful healthy drink. Changes your water into orange. But so far, probably been the star performer, with Eritrea doing well to put the pressure on, but haven't found a way past him. Still hasn't really made a direct save, but it's certainly alert with anything coming into his box. Well, Namibia maybe be frustrated with the performance so far, although have seemed to have got better grip of the pitch, but still without a goal. Certainly been some changes for Namibia. Of course, the main one, Ricardo Manetti, replaced by Samaria after the tournament in Egypt, and immediately culling 6 players from the squad, while recalling 3 who missed out on the tournaments in Egypt. Chris Katjuakua from Black Leopards in South Africa, Zambia-based Tiberius Lombard playing at centre-back alongside Katjuakua, and a former Kaiser Chiefs goalkeeper, Virgil Vries, who's currently without a club, and as we can see, on the bench, but it's Baroka's Lloyd Kazapua who's proving exactly why. But, so far, struggling to really test Eritrea's goal. And certainly for Namibia, they'd be confident on home soil. Very much a case, as much as they'd want to win the match, they certainly don't want to lose it. And it's very much a match in the balance. Just over 5 minutes before the half-time break. A lovely ball, and it looked to be running away from Horeb, the fullback, with a beautiful first touch, unfortunately, for Namibia. Couldn't replicate it with the cross into the box. Too much strength there from Petrus, and Lombard back to Kazapua. Long but aimless from the goalkeeper. Now Eritrea to just try and keep some possession. They've shown some good composure on the ball. Certainly from back out, they've liked to play it out, before looking for something a little bit more direct. The match certainly very much in the balance. Nervous energy from the crowd. So desperate for something to cheer. They certainly know they're up against it against Namibia. But so far, so good for the home side.
كم استراتيجي وي بلان منالواش نهينو كنا ماكل نبعل روبيل سحبكا علي كملون سترايكر ويكا بين
Namibia may have failed to win a game at the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, but they did have a very successful 2018 African Nations Championship. But now with a great chance to get ahead in this match, ball played across. How has he missed that? A gilt-edged opportunity for Kamatuka. Well, Namibia managing to get through on goal. The right option taken across goal, and looked a simple tap in for Kamatuka. Unselfish from captain Shalulio. He puts it on a plate. The keeper looks hesitant, but really it's the late pressure that's maybe just done enough to put him off. But Namibia, well, that's going to be likely the first booking of the match. I'm not sure. Maybe the referee's going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, no booking there, but it's a fantastic position for Namibia. Didn't do much with a previous free kick, although a lot further out.
كباب 18 متر እዩ ካብ ሳንዱቕ ላ መጻዕቲ ናይ 2 ሜትሮ ርሕቀት ዘለዋ 18 ሜትሮ ንፎቅ ላይ ተረኺባ ሸቶ ዘይትኾነሉ ኣብነት የለን እንተኾነ ሃገራዊት ጋንታ ኤርትራ ምስ ሓላውልዳ ተራዲዮም መንደቕ ይሰርሑ ኣለዉ
Dignitaries looking on yet to see a goal. But could there be one here? Well, Petrus just standing there, looks like he might be stopping the ball for whoever's chosen to rush onto it. Just change the angle slightly. Eritrea packing the wall. 7 players in a long white line. The ball stepped over. It's not ideal technique from Stefanis. High and wide.
بمنصر ابزي صوتا زلو ناي هاغراويت غانتا ناميبيا زلو ناي مكلخال مسمر قروب دلدل زبله مسل كساب حجي كسع كندتي زغوم بكنفي طراي زفتن زلو بماكل غن اي تبسعن.
Well, there was the effort, but as you can see, the goalkeeper without a concern. But now Hoto just running out of space on the far side. Well, Namibia certainly turning up the pressure just before half-time, but it looks as if we're going to go into the break goalless. Oh, it's a lovely turn. Great strength and power. And wins the throw. Not sure if that looked like a lot of zeros. So it looks like that could be half-time. Imminent. They'll look to play it long if there's maybe one last chance in this half, and it falls down nicely, and it's completely sliced wide. Oh, the long ball completely bamboozling the boys in blue. And the Brave Warriors almost punished there, only for a sliced effort to let them off the hook. Kazapua hits long, but that is the end of the half. And Eritrea have really stood up to the challenge of Namibia. A fantastic performance so far for the Red Sea Camels, as they hold Namibia to a goalless first half. And the Brave Warriors having a huddle. They certainly had opportunities, but they don't look happy going off at the break. But so far for Eritrea, it's been a very encouraging first half. Goalless here in Asmara. We'll see you for the second half very soon.
إذا سلطاني نزن حدثت متيمو زلو تتاوتي نايمو واحد شجر يقات مورخون جلس بالتزراري منانيرنا أنا وقا كما سلطان متن كقات مخير يزبل قمت نيروني عبد الحجز رأنا يوتوتا جن تعب السلالفة سبوق السلالفة نيرو جن توهدت قرب برأيك توهدت سي دون جيم ممتوم تمناي دقة سبات زغتر شعات زلو ترشق يوناس هينو زي أسران أربعة نزلوا عبتو هدت يلون زحيلو مالو تيوم يقلتفون اللو برتي عوداد بو كابزن العلي قد تغير قانتا وتقولوا هاي تغير لكن هتو صوتا أزينا أزحيلنا لنا نحنا نمتا أزحيلنا لنا نابنت سلسة قدمي تترى غير كان لها خوينكا بتون كرتي لما أخذ كيدون كحسوة تاويتون كموتو الخوم زلو متغير كاي وتي زلو مبر سلسيهم كوفن تيلو نتحنت قانتا أما أخذ كتعمل لك معدام مالتيو سلسة حنت قانتا زاناني بيحجي صوتهم بتعمل زبوهم زي ما تنزبوهم بعمل صوتايهم بمكيار صوتا يشكرنا له نحنا مكيار صوتا ينقبرنا لنا بتوم كلتي وينج زلو كابتن سلسة قدمي زلو كلتي وينج زلو يوناسن زي علي ويكاتي حدا هينوك علي عثمان كابتن آخر مستنبطوتهم ميدفيل دولو تواهيدهم متيهم كويسة خارب زغولو لحرت طويلهم تانيحة ما بتقدميت ناتا أنصار قانتا لما حاسوهم يتعمل له تطويلهم سلزلو تيوم بلاسيهم تقلبيتهم معاد سقم الرولو ناي وحدة سقم له خمو سلزغونا نحنا بزوح جزين أبورتا أي مطارا نسوم جزين بزوح جزين بورتا خيدهم متناتات غيرهم سعيدهم نحنا تنقربا زمتانايل كان ميدفيل زمتانايل قن حدقا فتيرنا ليرنا نحنا زقبرنا حدقا وحدات حيالات ليرنا سنمتاين كوم خينا كم ماخر تقبابيلهم سلزبوتي حجي أبز خير أي زور زي أنا زي هنوك زبال سقاب حجي يتتقمنا لنا مسكولو تقولو تجيبنا يزننا بوتا كلو تفريقنا زخير بوتا يكون نزلو بناتي كمت يزارب زلو أما آخر النهري متيقن كلت اللو حيل اللو شوت اللو قال مرأينا ليرو حجي نوعو قال أنا بناي بوتا شفت غير كان حرفتينا اتي خناتاتنا ما نايز مثل صبرينا يملنا والبوتونا بوزو حين فرحنا لنا بوتا ترى مع بجيرهم زلو
هراي معاشو
ساتم نتوتا توات رمولو نحنا خابزا ناي موداتا ساعات عن صبوت عدل استغوينا لنا سعيدنا لنا سوم كا تدغاغامي فتنولو ناي فينيشن صقم كم زلوم زوم ناي ناميبيا صاتي رايكاي ግን ናና ተጻወተኻ ኩዕሶ ኣብ ዝመንጠለሉ ግዜ ቀልጢፎም ትራንዚሽን ክገብርሎ ናብ መጥቃዕቲ ቀልጢፍካ ክትብገስ ክትከል ኣለካ ኣብ ቅድሚትካ ይውሕዱ ኣለዉ ናና ቁፅሪ እንድሕር ዝያዳ ተደይ ኮይንካ ድሕር ውሒድካ ንክልተ ንኣርባዕተ ወይ ንሓሙሽተ ተኸላኸልቲ ክሓልፎም ከፀግሞም ሕጂ ዝኽእረም ኣሎ ዳዕራይ ነዋሕቲ ክዓሳሱ ጎየይት ስለ ዝኾኑ ሰብ
حزنا ركزنا عند حر حليفنا يمنا نحلفهم نغير نبر نويح كعساسو كتحلفهم عشقاري زربان حمشة دعاني زلوا قل عجون أتويلنا نايمتها وعدن حرقيمنا ترى تتصوتنا بربعنا من كيران غلو
عشو حدا كابت هاجرات كانت إرترا تحملوا ويدما دخوم كنا تبالو تكاس مسمر متكعيو بفلاي دما أب فينيشينغ ويدما أمود أتا كعصو مسكت عمر رخابيو أبزان هذلهم صوتا تمرت هنوكن عالن كمي تقمقمو
هو كرياتيفيتي اللي كايو أبكرميت محفار قال أنا بزع كساق قوري كلني كتبزح لك تفتر لك مكسقاس غيركا نقولها زغون وعساس تفتر لك تزي فتيركا تركب كتاتو ناي تغنى كم سم يفتروا لوجن ناي فينيشين ناي لاست باس بارل ناي مودا تتصقم لهم عجزهم افصاتم نانا خاسيو كنبزح لنا نقرميت كنبزح تغينا خا كغعز لهم تميد فيد وعسنا زلو سب ابدعري تقريفكا نقرميت كتقعز كتكل لك تزي كوينو بوعدات سبات عدلات وعد يزغور مالته
قعدها خميتري وقمقم
هو كلتات قعدتكم بميد فيلد حجز لهم بربينو ستاشنري يزغون دلو نعو كفنوا ويك كافت ماركين كالقوز غل اتنا ميد فيلد تصاوتاي اسو ندحر سعيبو اسو كزنقع غل نابو مسكورغاتي اتاك فريق كون غل
أتو برانت دو كاوز بلا كو عساسو هاجرات كانت إرترا كساب كندي تربعت نيرنا إلنا نقمت فلايت سيت فيس تبعي لوزكس
نحنا تربحتي عين برنان مغنياتو ما بشوتر سالونا عملت زي يوناس بهال قطر شوعات زمته عبد زركب رقيبو سو تيت كم تزغير قلع زلوي قناي ناي تتقمنا لون عبدين زنبرا كلتينا رقيب هاي رقمنا نقول احنا تنزل رقمنا ينقن هرمان وتيت قصا قيدا نيرا عيل لنا يمون انت خوينا انت زي كوين بر كيلاتات بقول قريهم كلنا كيلاتات يوم أو وحدت نايجي حسرت خون غل أبت وحدت يتسقم زلوا كم زي حجي نعملنا عم 4 لونا ما 3 لون 4 يوم 3 لون عم كربي 3 لونا بتوم عم ميدفيلد حسران 4 زلون بينيو كم زلون سي مسكو عسون أبز مينا خاتولو ويسم جول زوتو خونلو ويقبلوا خونلو أبز ينقواسو زلون سم كن أينريا من هذا أبز كنت أجي معشوا كنت كاتن هاي وحدلو زمزلو لمتى وحيدهم تينا بس وقتنا زنبري 14 قطر زلو ودي بنيو زلو خمخا مستوق عسون أبزي بوكس كاتولو شعوب على علي على هينوك على زي تقطر شعاب على هينوك بوتا خرهم بقولوا عدل خرهم بقولوا كان بقطر خن بزحنا غير حد يوم رقيبهم قول كوتو وقول نام قول أكايدنا قولوا يزلو نايلنا إلى خنزارة من غير وي أي زوم سنستة تطويلهم يوم خدتوا يقزلوا أي أتولادلو توتو زبالة سب كانوا خد حزوت أجمع منهم عم انقصقاسي نقول إلا أنا عم أخل بورتام خالد أجي مان ولا بول كتر هنا يوم دكنا قري وفعتي وين أخذ زارب تغير عم زلنا توتو يلوز نبرة توتا أب قمة إتيقا دحين خدي جزي مجمارو أب قمة إتيقا زوم زلوا نعي بقعات بينه يوم زرايني ناي يقول قل بسرعة يزمتن بسرعة قل بسرعة نقول زخون ينا حبريتا يدللو زما وين ميدفيلد وين زلو بوكس وتوخ بهاللو مسكو عسو مالتي حصرتنا خاب ميدفيلد نابقول بر كان كله بحافظ شغريو خدنا قد حنا لو يا رزب
لازم يوناسن أبي سلمان أما أخل ميدا أنت لو تخم تصلوا ملكات من ساعة 5 ثانية
يونا أبي عيني أبي سلمان تما أخل زلوي يوناس قدر شو عتي يجي يوناس المنن حجينا أمنت أمي سنون كعسو حزواز مت حنسا موداتا بورتير خلت زوت موز متت كعسا كان في مت أمي سنون يكون بعسر شوعته يكون ولا بتربعته زلوا ودون يكون مسير كعسا نحرب زمزيهم قول كنوت مخناس بوز حزت تترات السم سلزياتو وي كعسو سلزياتو ولا يمكن أنت مسرح يزملو أنت نقدميت مخانقن وديلنا لنا ودلت له قلطافي لنا نتوم كالوت قاندان قصاوات عدل كاين هبالنا قس نبل سلازلنا سلازي تدا غيرنا حجي بتقعد انت فنينا نفاس ولو سنا سلازلو زم كلتي اميد فيلد كلتو ينقزلو ابوكس ناتو لصاوتهم تخوينو زنوي حزب بحال زلو خصنا بحال هينوك زغيد ندحر خوينو حدا لو تخبتي قلنا تيرقيتو تالني لهينو كنت قملو ندحر خوينا خابت بوكس كنوصو خنقلالنا كابز خيدالو بخصو ወይ ኩዕሶ ሪኡ ነፃ ነብሱ ገይሩ ክኸይድ ኣለዎ እሱ ግን ንግስፊ ከምዚ ክቕበል ኣሎ ንድሕሪት ተጠውዩ ክኸይድ እቲ ኣካላቱ ምን ኣይድግፎን እዩ እቲኦምን ዕድል ኣይብዎን እዮም ቦርታ ኣንጻርካ ንቕድሚት እንዳረኣየ ዝኸይድ ተኾይኑ ግን ጉያ ኣለዎ ሓይሊ ኣለዎ ሽውት ኣለዎ ክንረክብ ንኽእል ከምኡ ከነመቻችኣሉ ክንክእል ኣለና ቦታ ባህላ ያነ
ተወሳኺ ነተለካ
هو عجيتي ناي
أبي سلمان أب يوناسن
هو يوناس قلع له سكيل كالو أبي سلام كن منتالي دحري له تتعاطت أبي سلام كن نقرميت كيرو حاجز كجبر له بخلاله تريانجل كسرح له تزي كوين بغلتي أم تراي ناي تبي بيعدلنا مالتي نقرميت كن زك إسرائيل بعتك أيدفنا له دفك خلاله نقرميت نعركينا نركبينا نقرميت ديكينا كن بمعدو باش نحنا تتقعت نكون غيرنا قال بزمت 4 5 دقائق تغرقتي حركه فطرو يبلوم انت حركه فطيرانير او مقبل توتاش كصات على كامبر او مشكعن درمي مغبر حركه يزمت واقع خفلكاي مالته زغرم الله
أتو برهانه حدا سلطاني نناي أوي ودما كاب ميدا وصاي ጾታን ተካይዶ ግጥም ክሳብ ክነ ይምዝምዝ ጾታ አመቅታለን ካለን ማለት እዩ ወገና ኒ በአዝሪና ዶ ወይ ካለ ፉል ተዓዘብካ ነገር ታያሎ ከም ቀዳመይቲ አወይ ጾታ መሆና
نعم ዝገብሩ ነበሩ ጾታ ቅልጣፌ ብዙሕ የድልየም ንዕኦም ቦርቶኦም ውሑስ ገይሮም ነዊሕ ኩዕሶ ናይ ምቁፃር እንዳገበሩ ተእተው ፅቡቕ ተዘይ ንኸይኣቶም ግን ውሕስነት ዘለዎ ጾታ ገይሮም ጎል ከይኣቶም ማዕረ ምኻድ ንዕኦም ኣድቫንቴጅ ከምዝህቦም ኣወይ ዝበሃል زي تقمن زي تقبل لنا نقبره أبعد خات ጸወታ كسر أنت زي سعيرك أبزي عدها سعر هيدخلينها السوم حجينا بعدهم خلوا ጸወታ هرينا هول هونو حجونا بزلوا نماخل السوم سلز حيلونا خدمت زي كالنا بزي ما أخل كعسوي كوزا صروالو يدوم بيوالو باس بتسقع سدوا بنوح يغيروا أي نعوم قدن حجي تبتبي نوم قول كوسو ويكون نتصاوت زلو بس تتودى نعم تبوي قاب عدو وصاي سلزونه سلزي قاب عد خاوصاي خيت السعر دارقا سعرتي نعاقا دارقا سعركا مالتي تحسب دحر قول زياتو كا مالتي قاب عد غاسل تأتول مالتي نحنا زي عدل زي خد قوم اللي تقينا زي عنده ينقل سلكا صنعنا نقدمي زي خيت صوتا خونا له معرض ترقم يبلو حجي قد قوم اللي زلنا زي هنوك زبال بو خد كم كلالنا خابز ما أخل كيت كبال كلالنا خلصو تقبل بال نسوت تويلو سلزر لمنال بات نهاية سلال فاقون خل وي كمين قانون نعيب كمان تغيير أخفون كون نخل إلى يلزم العلي
رأي معاشو سعب 45 دقيقة أقدمك قلت كالي نيركا يقول نبر سنة لبونا ناي هقرأت كانت إرترا كبيتريو مزي محزنة توت دي مكيادان كالا أول در زي مرايان كابنا شامبيون نايزو ما خل نايدا جز موتو تتوتيهم كا حيزا أبزو درزي قريب أبزو نعمت أريد توتا قريب أزلا سلازة حفشوي ناي سنة لبونا تروم كمي تقلتون سوا
ودا حالي دلو غمزن رئيزا لنا دليت اللو دليت كقبر دليلو قربتنا عقمي مقدالين بر تدليت اللو عجيب زرب عن حميشان حدا نقرك فترة قولوا له بتويل كأتريس نعمتها وندحر عدلات ترغيبو ساتهم كروبوشيوم كندوق مالو من نغنينا ندحر كم زلو ناي معرض هناتا ندحر ندابلو غيرو جن نساتهم يواتسو بيت معرض موتا عجي تي مورالهم تبغى يزلو أنا تبغى يزلو
طبعاً
عم تبغى له بتعمي مقنعته كل بيننا خنقومتو زلنا انترناشنال صوتا بجكا زمت مالو قول عزب برابرنا أنا عايشو تزي كوينو نحنا قلنا ينفلت إلنا زلنا السوق حاسينا غيري بوير كيدا دهلو بمرالو معتي مالو تبوت صوتا تصوتو له قولاتون اللو نمعلو قول زي متاو تبويو كل حجيقن ناي متاو تراي انتنا سريحو سعيرنا زين وصلوا مقنعتون كله يقلني لا يبزل القمتا
توساغنت بتلكم ويت دملوات نغير تلو
زبل فاي
توسخ أنا إذا قلنا متاو عدلات بأنصار كي قلبتنا هنتقى علينا مغنيات السم عرقنيا تاتيو أنت عدل دحر رغيبهم أنت دحرت يومنا نقرات نبربعهم سلازغير زي أخذتنكو غلوهم يزبن
الرأي خبركم تعذبتي كمز كتكاتلو تنحاكم قلتم هاقرين قانتات إيرترا نانيبان بزي شتو نابر افتساني حجي نايكالا ابرت اوتا اب مجمع ركبالو ناب نقا ميكيلا كمودما ناتلاي لسكركم صمتران
يا
Well, welcome back, and you can see big smiles on the Eritrea fans as they continue to dream after what was a hugely encouraging first half. Certainly Namibia did have chances. The best of those fallen to Kamatuka. Squared ball from Shalalil. But the captain unable to confirm an assist as his supporting midfielder failed to hit the target as he scuffed his effort wide. That was the clearest opportunity. That's not to say Eritrea haven't posed the Brave Warriors problems. But certainly Kazapua has probably actually been the busier of the two goalkeepers, well, not really having to save from a direct effort. He's had to be fully concentrated in and around his box. But as things stand in the first round, first leg in the road to the World Cup in Qatar 2022, it remains Eritrea 0, Namibia 0. What will the second 45 hold in store? Will it be party time in Asmara, or will reality bite with Namibia putting the home side to the sword? Well, the flick on from the imposing figure of Goitom, winning a free kick. And they'll be looking for the number 9 again, but it's a good defensive header away. They've got numbers there to take the time and clear. Papama. Well, it's really well played from Eritrea. Could have panicked and just lumped the ball anywhere, but instead have managed to play it around well, but it just maybe one or two passes too many at the back. After initial good work, Otto seemed to be two minds there, dropping the ball there, but taken instead by left back Petrus. Well, the crowd want penalisation for handball, and they get it. They'll leave it to goalkeeper Weldejgi. The long ball, well dealt with by Lombard. As I say, the two centre backs brought in by interim coach Bobby Samaria. So far, the coach has been vindicated alongside Kat Giakua. They've stood firm, although Goitom and Cole have posed them problems. Strong challenge put in. Kamatuka also happy to come back and do the dirty defensive work. Certainly Jocelyn Kamatuka said difficult time for the Brave Warriors. Was in the squad back when they played in the qualifying 4 years ago ahead of the road to Russia. Was on the bench and in the squad for the 1-1 draw away in Gambia, but then didn't make the final cut for the second leg, which was 1-2-1. Well, the ball breaking well. It's a good strike, but the flag up, handball, the decision. At Kamatuka missing out as Namibia moved on to the second round. And as mentioned, the change around had been, it was another two-legged tie before a group stage in the third round. And Namibia losing out 3-0 on aggregate to Guinea. And in fact, since being in the squad against Gambia, Kamatuka wasn't back until friendly before the Africa Cup of Nations against Ghana, as Kazapua picks and plucks the ball out of the air. He was on the bench for the first match against Morocco. 40 minutes against South Africa, but he made his mark against the Ivory Coast, playing 73 minutes and their only goal of the tournament. Now looking like a first choice, hoping to try and stay there. Certainly helped by Manfred Stark of and Petrus Chitimbe being held up, and now Namibia in on goal, and it is the opener. Eritrea's defence finally punctured. Shaluli playing the captain's role, and it's a hug from Kamatuka. Well, Kamatuka missing the best chance of the match when he was slipped in by Shaluli. But this time the captain took the responsibility. The ball through from Kamatuka, and the combination this time round worked out to perfection. The goalkeeper hesitating to come out and just prodding the ball past the man in red as he split through the Red Sea Camels and really has silenced the crowd here in Asmara. And now maybe just, well, it was a bit of a swipe at the ball, turned into almost an accidental pass, and they've put on a really hard press there. 3 white shirts bearing down, and Eritrea not letting, trying not to let their heads drop, but they've got to be careful. Kamatuka, strong running from the midfielder, cuts back inside. Ball out to the wing, cuts inside, wants to have a go. Shaluli not happy in the middle. A wasted effort, but Namibia slicing through the Red Sea Camels and now find themselves a goal to the good in this first leg and puts them very much in control of this first round qualifying match. The first in a long journey to try and make it to Qatar 2022. Now Kamatuka, well, he took the ball brilliantly, but just too much on the ball that time for his captain. Well, Eritrea have certainly competed well, but haven't found that cutting edge, and you feel they're going to need to if they're to give themselves a chance in this tie. Loose under the foot and just in the end overcrowded. Well, Bobby Samaria for the moment certainly justified in leaving Manfred Stark and Petrus Chitimbe back in Europe. The ball whips in. But again, Eritrea really struggling to hit the target and really stretched Kazapua in the visitors' goal. That's the big worry for Eritrea. Of course, it was a 2-0 home defeat in the first leg 4 years ago. It gave them a mountain to climb in Botswana. Goitom did get them a 9th minute opener in that away second leg, Only to lose 5-1 on aggregate, and it could have been 2-0 here. Not sure how much the blue shirt knew about it. But Eritrea let off the hook. But look how far Shalulil pushing up there. Namibia don't want to let Eritrea off the hook. Gotham looks inside and then tries to get back into the box. The ball played early. It's a great header. A skip of frustration as he goes straight into the hands of Kazapua. Applauds the ball in. It was a terrific pick out. And maybe something for Eritrea to rebuild their self-confidence on. They certainly haven't let their heads drop. Well, trying the little flick, but not able to win the throw he was after. Not the best of kickouts, but just popping up off the hand. Frustration there for Enoch Gotham. And Eritrea try and get the atmosphere going again. Try and be the 12th man for the Red Sea Camels.
ብሓቂ ድማ ኣብዚ ሕጂ እዋን ቁሩብ ደገፍትና ሕፍር ዝበሉ እዮም ዝመስሉ ማለት ትድምፆም ወላ ሓደ ክንሰምዑ ኣይከኣልናን ንምባል እዩ እስኪ ንዚ ናይ ቅድም ዝነበረ ዝኽሪ ኣብ ግምት ብምእታው ነጋ እስከ ከመይም ክኾኑ ዘለዎም ደገፍትና
The ball flicked on. And Eritrea happy it's a white shirt that gets there first. Shalulil with one goal to his name thus far. Caught offside on this occasion. So far it's the Highlands Park FC striker who's made the difference as Eritrea try and repel another blue wave of attack. He's having to go the long way round, Stefanis, but it's a brilliant reverse ball. The cutback was on. It seemed to play it where Shalulil was instead of where he ended up. Well, Robin running into trouble there, just tried to cut the ball back. Robin's out to Evan. He's cut inside well. It's a excellent ball, trying to get him behind the Namibian defence. They certainly are being outclassed, but just struggling to really fashion a gilt-edged chance. They had that one header, but straight at Kazapua. A little bit of respite there as I think will be the first substitution of the match. The referee signalling to the sidelines. Eritrea and coach Alem Seged Efrem, I think, making a change as he does. The ball whipped in, and that's two! Well, I think it might be an own goal. Certainly, Shalulil celebrates. But just as Eritrea make a change, as soon as the switch had been made, the ball was hitting the back of the net. Well, just as it was against Botswana 4 years ago, Eritrea trailing by 2-0 at the Asmara Stadium. And it really has just punctured the enthusiasm in the crowd here. Well, the ball just floating agonizingly out of the goalkeeper's reach. As I say, Shalalil with his hands in the air. Certainly want to claim it, but may have come off the defender. But either way, it's 2-0 and it could be 3. Well, lucky there. The ball had enough pace to get to the goalkeeper. I don't think he was aware that Shalalil was in the way. And a little bit too aggressive there to try and win the ball. And Namibia in a very strong position. And the hour mark of this first leg, the first round of qualifying for the World Cup. As mentioned, Namibia had been successful 4 years ago in their first round matchup. But despite managing to navigate their way past Gambia, 3-0 aggregate loss to Guinea saw them crash out, whereas this time around, as the qualifying had been for 2014 World Cup in Brazil, it's now a group stage in round 2 and a much more attractive and possibly profitable option for Namibia if they can build on the experience at the Africa Cup of Nations. Infantino and FIFA always looking for ways to try and improve and tinker to not only make a competition fair, but a bigger family. Qatar had been a possibility for the first grand expansion of teams, but in the end, that decision was postponed until the 2026 World Cup. A long-range effort. Fortunately, long way over. The ball just running away. But certainly, Shalalil has been the star man for Namibia, not just with his goal, but with his general play and attitude. The ball goes long and it's dropped nicely. Oh, what an opportunity to really put Eritrea back in the match with half an hour to go. And straight down the other end with Shalalil. And he's just absolutely barroozed off the ball there. He wanted a free kick. The referee happy with the challenge. Good strength there. The verdict. Well, Eritrea certainly not giving up, but Namibia looking dangerous on the break. It certainly will be interesting to see how any expansion of the World Cup will affect the representation of Teams Africa at this point, with only 5 representatives for such a huge continent. The referee doing brilliantly to play advantage, and they almost took full advantage of the referee keeping his whistle silent. Excellent refereeing, just gave it a half second when the foul was clearly made to see how the play would progress. And in the end, the ball played beautifully through to Shalalil, but just nudging it wide of the post. And certainly both teams have competed manfully, as Kazapua again shows his great mastery of the box. But certainly the referee has played a brilliant role in a flowing, exciting match that has Namibia in control, 2-0 up in the Asmara Stadium against hosts Eritrea. Well, there certainly are chances here for Eritrea, but again a lack of quality. Just letting them down, whether that's the final ball or finishing. They've certainly huffed and puffed. At the moment, it's Namibia's clinical edge that's made the difference. Robin looking to place the ball over the top, but Namibia, well, dealing with it, but a rare mistake from Kamatuka, just stumbling on it, the turf. Well, Kamakuta certainly has made up for his huge miss in the first half with the assist to put in Shalile for the opening goal. And then not long after, the Namibia captain will hope to claim the second goal, although it could have been an own goal, but here's a great chance, and it is a goal back for Eritrea. Well, just when their spirits seem to be broken, the roof is brought off the Asmara Stadium. Look at the response of the players. 4 years ago, they lost 2-0 to Botswana, but this time they're not going down without a fight. And Eritrea having the deficit with 25 minutes still to go. And Namibia suddenly in a match that seemed to be theirs is suddenly back in the balance, and well, you can see the fury of Bobby Samaria on the sidelines, although seems like the kickoff might be taken again. But it wasn't a strong enough challenge from Papama. That allowed Eritrea to recycle the ball. Robin with the ball through on the flank. And it's their main man, the captain, Henok Gautam, who played it into a dangerous area. And a clinical finish inside the 6-yard box. And suddenly the crowd are absolutely electric. They just lost a little bit of hope after the heartbreaking brace for Namibia. But that goal has brought the Asmara Stadium back to life. And can the home side use that energy to pull off what would be a huge result? They've lost 6 from 6 in top international football. Even a draw would be a historic moment. They're still very much up against it if you take the 2 legs into consideration. But certainly they're showing fabulous spirit and never say die attitude. Can Namibia rediscover control? Just lost a little bit of composure. That goal's really shook them as the offside flag goes up against the live wire captain of Namibia. Shalili, really fantastic movement. That time a little too early, but listen to the noise. They are enthusiastic in the opening 50 so minutes before the opening goal for Namibia, but absolutely going wild as Eritrea have restored their faith. Papama forward. At the moment, momentum with Eritrea. The Red Sea Camels looking now for a leveler. You can see Gotham leading the charge, and it was his brilliant ball across that allowed Eritrea to tap home. So long ball into the area, but it's a poor one, easily cleared. Thankfully, no problem with the clearance. Eritrea, well, unfortunate. The loose header running safely through to the goalkeeper, Kazapua. Well, one of them are going to have to play this. They've tried to let it run, taking a risk, but it pays off. So Eritrea trailing 2-0, got a goal back, and suddenly the match in the balance. Can Namibia find a level of control? But now Namibia looking for more goals and stepping up brilliantly. The ball whipped across, but it's absolutely no use. But now Ali turning, but it falls nicely to the main man, the captain, Gotom, but he just couldn't find a route to go. Ali with the goal that time, the ball breaking to his captain, who provided the assists, and Gotom couldn't quite find a way, but another ball in the air, Kazapua doing well. The one time they managed to isolate the Barocca goalkeeper, Eritrea hitting the back of the net. Well, Gotom, Swedish-born Eritrean professional, with that vital assist, best known for his time at AEK. Now in his second spell with the club, having scored 39 goals in 93 appearances for leaving in 2015 for unsuccessful, in truth, spells with Getafe and San Jose Earthquakes. His return in 2017 to AEK, 17 goals in 59 matches. As I say, playing recently in the Europa League qualifiers, only to be duly dumped out by Scottish champion Celtic, but now leading another underdog and a much bigger one. 14 places ranked lower in Africa than their visitors Namibia, but they're certainly making a mockery of that ranking. Well, at this point, Namibia would probably be delighted to hear a final whistle. 2-1 away win, 2 away goals ahead of a home second leg. But still, enough time for Eritrea to try and level this match. What a comeback this would be. Peter Shalil scoring early in the second half before his pressure forcing an own goal, I believe, for 2-0. The Brave Warriors looking odds on for a comfortable first leg win. But Ali from Gotem's centre has given Eritrea hope of not being out of this tie just yet. A fiery counter in the Horn of Africa as Eritrea try and turn this match around, battling hard. And the referee, to the delight of the home fans, giving a free kick to the Red Sea Camels. Well, Eritrea, right on the coast of the Horn of Africa by the Red Sea, and now they're looking to split Namibia again and try and get level. And you've heard the sound of the crowd here. It would be even bigger, but it's a brilliant defensive header. Look at the response from Kazapua. Delighted with the concentration shown at the back as Namibia try and keep the buoyant home side out. And the ball whipped in, but now Namibia on the break, but wasted there. Putting the pressure on, the ball poked down the left-hand side. It's a fortuitous bounce, but unfortunately the offside flag slicing the luck in half. So Namibia with a 2-1 lead, but it's certainly not a solid lead with how Eritrea have responded to have gone 2-0 down. They could have let the weight of the disappointment sink them, but they've risen back to the surface. And while they're still trailing by a goal, they certainly give themselves belief, although beginning to run out of time. Just 13 minutes plus any stoppage time to play. A 2-2 draw certainly would still be a good result for Namibia, but they'll know, however this match goes, they were looking home and dry at 2-0 until that 66th minute goal from Ali, giving Eritrea some renewed hope. And now they're looking to try and feed off the energy from packed crowd here in the Asmara Stadium. Ali with a terrific ball, but it's just overrun. It's a great little turn, but just the weight of pass overcooked. Well, what can coach Alam Seged Efrem do from the sidelines for Eritrea? The last time he made a substitute, less than 30 seconds later, it was 2-0. They conceded straight after, which I think will go down as an own goal. But yeah, overall the response has been fantastic for a team that have never won a top international match. The under-15s managed it. The youth tournament held here in Eritrea, despite it not being enough to take them out of the group stage. But now the seniors looking for a historic victory well, victory would be amazing. Certainly even a draw would be a huge moment in their nation's footballing history. Well, got the ball looping high, but Eritrea able to continue on. It's brilliant defending though. Horeb managing to just nick in front the fullback. Instead of Eritrea being in behind, it's just a throw. Now the throw taken short. Goitom trying to turn on it, but didn't stick. It will be a throw, and into the final pulsating part of the match. All that going out for a corner, not convincing. Oh, the crowd certainly buoyed by that as Kajiakua seemed to have a 50 pence piece for a head there. And now plenty of white shirts in the box, but they need a good delivery. Long to the back post. It doesn't get far enough though. Kazapua once again. Surely a huge candidate for man of the match, along with his captain, Shalulil. Certainly Goitom and Ali have been part of what has been an impressive response from Eritrea. The Red Sea Camels trailing the Brave Warriors of Namibia by 2-0. Only for Goitom to set up Ali to smash high up into the net and give us a frenetic finale. Will there be more goals? Will it be a historic draw, at least for Eritrea? Or will it be more heartache with Namibia getting the result they came all the way northeast across Africa to get? Certainly Bobby Samaria, as interim boss, will want to try and keep this job for himself. Certainly a positive result, and qualifying for the second round would be a bare minimal, but they're struggling here at the minute to reassert control, and it's really confident football from Eritrea. Well, the ball flicked there, but it's not going to quite, well, a complete miss-hit. Although Petrus getting a second bite of the cherry. I'm not sure what the problem is there. It's in the deck. But now back to his feet, the free kick given. Well, Namibia, as I said, beats Gambia 3-2 on aggregate. Willie Stephanus scoring home and away with Hendrik Someib in the end, with what turned out to be the winner in the tie. At the moment, they're leading 4 years on as Eritrea and Namibia battle for a place in the 2022 World Cup. This the first tentative step, but the victor will get a place in the second round group stage, certainly being guaranteed a 6 match at the least, with the hope of trying to qualify for the third round final playoff. But Eritrea really just trying to hope to get back on level, and unfortunately you could hear the frustration Great chance to get the ball down and have a strike, but clearly coming off the arm. Well, it was looking plain sailing for Namibia when they led by 2-0 at the hour mark. But shortly after, Ali's goal has made it a much more uncomfortable final third of the match. And Eritrea still look like they've got the belief that they can get a draw out of this match at least. But good pressing from Namibia. But Eritrea are looking to play out from the back. But that's the danger. Losing out. Namibia just trying to find a little bit of composure on the ball. Robin now pokes the ball through. It's lovely play. Gotam. He wants to have a go, surely. Well, the tackle came in and the referee says, yes, it's a free kick, to the delight of the partisan crowd. Now, the man who started his professional career with a debut goal for Udinese in what turned out to be his only appearance. Back in 2005, he needed only 7 minutes as a late substitute to score a 90th minute equaliser against Inter Milan. It's not quite the final minute, but could Gotam or one of his teammates be a late hero and draw Eritrea back on level terms? Kazapua trying to organise his wall. He's been absolutely superb today. Not at fault for the goal, but he'll be desperate to make sure he's not conceding again. Huge opportunity. They've not looked their best from direct free kicks. The ball flicked over, but it's easy hanging tough for Kazapua. And tough luck for Eritrea, but really have to try and make the goalkeeper work and really letting them off the hook. Well, Kazapua just eating up a few seconds before launching long. It's an excellent header outright. But, oh, there's, we'll see, having a look at the crowd, but couldn't see why as we look back at the set piece. Even on target was more of a looping ball than anything with pace or dip that might have really caused Kazapua trouble. I'll have a look again. The ball almost lazily lifted over the bar and really letting Namibia off the hook. Ball down the line, great strength, Ali round the corner. The strength shown by Petrus to not lose out in the battle. Now with Hoto.
The
referee seeing a fault and Eritrea with the ball, but they're running out of time. In the 88th minute of a pulsating first round, first leg match here in Asmara, the capital of Eritrea. But the Red Sea Camels, 2-1 down to the visitors. Namibia need to find a leveler, you feel, to give themselves the best opportunity in what will be a tough leg away at the Brave Warriors next Tuesday. Well, certainly you can see a huge improvement for Eritrea, obviously having lost 2-0 to Botswana in this stadium 4 years ago. They didn't let their heads drop and managed to get themselves back in the match, but still defeat at home would be so costly. But they did go to Botswana and score away from goal, although in the end Botswana with the firepower to knock Eritrea out. So tough if their major international matches are only every 4 years. As mentioned, this only their 7th that they've played, and yet have stood up bravely against their higher ranked opposition. And really, the creative skills of Kamatuka in behind Shalalil has been the difference. But is there one last chance they could try and fashion? Good play for Namibia, though, to force Eritrea back. The white shirt saw, oh, it's a fortunate there, his teammate bailing him out. And now you feel they're going to have to go long. They don't necessarily have time for all the build-up play, although commendable as it is. Looking for the right angle. Ball lifted up. Oh, can't see what's happening there, but it's fallen kindly for Hoto and Namibia. I'm not sure if that was the fourth official with what time is going to be added on, or whether a substitution. Maybe it was the time added on. Missed that. The referee seems to have got the information. Either way, it's Eritrea who are running out of time, and for them the ball is in the wrong end of the pitch. Well, just trying to kill the match in the corner. But Eritrea managed to regather, and now they have to move it quickly. Well, just feint in there and trying to let the ball run past, and the ball quickly played. Well, has he kept it in? The answer is no, I feel. Well, Eritrea searching for something historic. They've lost all 6 of their matches. But an equalizer is yet to be forthcoming, if it will at all, into the 92nd minute of the match, but launched long from Namibia. Is there to be a last twist in this engrossing encounter? The ball, heartbreakingly for Eritrea, breaks to the blue shirts. And that is full time. Well, Eritrea gave absolutely everything. But unfortunately, once again, it just wasn't enough. A 7th straight qualifying World Cup defeat. But my oh my, did they give Namibia a scare. It was plain sailing at the hour mark for the visiting Brave Warriors. Kamatuka, who missed a sitter in the first half, made amends with a beautiful through ball for Shalalil. And the captain, wearing 13, prodded Namibia ahead. And the captain was heavily involved, as it looks like an own goal, as the ball dropped in to make it 2-0. But what a response from Eritrea. It was their main man, the captain, Enoch Gotem, on the right-hand side, played it across, and Ali slamming high into the net to half the deficit. But unfortunately, they couldn't find what would have been a historic equaliser. And now they will travel southwest across Africa to face Namibia and hope that they can pull off an almighty shock. But at the moment, it's very much advantage Namibia. And they'll be looking to get the